What you have seen is preparatory. Best is still yet to come. I need some worshipers to throw in here. In your personal life, Mr. Businessman, Sister Businesswoman, what you've seen has been powerful. But it's only been preparatory. When I was 36 years old, a miracle happened in our church. I don't have time to tell it. In the worst economy in American history, 2008, when the bubble popped and nobody was lending money, I launched a capital campaign. Our church is exploding. I didn't know what to do. I talked to 5 bankers. They said, we can't lend you no money. Nobody lending churches money right now. And I've got a little bitty gym. The hallway in that gym was 6 feet wide by about 12 feet long, doing 2 and 3 services, and people crowded and had no parking. And I'm trying to borrow $3 million to build a building. I found one old bank in our city, in our community, and the vice president walked in, and he was a Baptist deacon. I didn't even know the Holy Ghost talked to Baptist deacons. I'm just kidding. He walked in, and when he sat down in my office, he said these words to me, I feel God in this place. I said, me too, me too. We borrowed $3 million, built that sanctuary, and the week before, we were about to start paying principal and interest on it. I felt so stupid. Everybody was saying, Wallace, can't believe you built a building in this economy. People ain't giving, banks ain't lending money. You are crazy. And the week before we started paying, I don't tell this story. I'm telling it for somebody in this room right now. The week before we started paying principal and interest, a man sat down with me I never met before in my life. He looked at me and he said, what are your debts and what are your dreams? I knew them all right there. And before that lunch got through at a PF Chang's, that's why I can't go to PF Chang's without shouting and falling on the floor. Watch. Before that lunch got through, that man wired our church $4.5 million. I had never met him before in my life. Now you look at me and you say, what did you do for that? I didn't do anything except stay in place, stay in order, and stay in the place. I wanted to quit. I didn't even know I was going to tell this story, and I certainly didn't think about my buddy being with me. I got 6 children. My youngest birth son is here, Isaiah. Wave your hand, baby. That's my Isaiah right there. Listen to me. He was 8 years old when that happened, or 10 years old when that happened. And we were driving down the road one day. I looked in the rearview mirror. He looked at me and he said, Daddy, God's going to give us $1 million. Every time he said it, I got mad at him. 4 different times in the building process of that church, he looked at me and prophesied. He said, Daddy, God's going to give us $1 million. The day that man wired that money to our church, I went and got him out of school. He said, where are we going, Daddy? I said, we're going wherever you want to go, son. I looked in the rearview mirror, tears were coming down my face. I said, baby, you know what God did today? He said, no. What happened? I said, God gave us $4.5 billion. Do you know what that son said to me? He looked straight at his daddy in the rearview mirror. He said, I told you, Daddy.